Okay, this is going to be somewhat of a discussion about a gun that I've always had for close to a couple months and never really got to actually tearing it apart and finding out how it's ticking. Well, this was originally a friend's gun, and he gave it to me to go ahead and take it apart and see how well it fared. Of course, we tried shooting it and playing around with it and all, and it didn't work so well. I started to thinking that maybe this was just a really crappy gun, and lo and behold, taken apart, it does definitely show itself being a crappy gun, crappy construction. This is currently one of their lower end machines. Unfortunately, I have absolutely no designations of what the manufacturer is, so I'm not even able to actually tell you guys or warn you guys from that what kind of manufacturer was making this. However, I can tell you the type of gun, the xm8, I think. Right here somewhere. Well, basically, it's been snapped together to a lesser extent. I mean, seriously, having these two parts being held together no more than little pins, that is kind of crappy. I mean, come on, I wouldn't expect to pay $10 for this thing. And that would just be for the motor and the piston part. As far as the motor and piston, motor looks like it's the only thing that's good on here. The actual casing for the piston and the rest of the gearbox has actually broken, so it didn't give a good enough seal when it's trying to shove out the BBs. So, I mean, how messed up is that? The little piece just falls right off, and it's completely cracked. And one of my friends paid $50 for this gun and a little itty bitty one that actually worked better than this one. Not to mention that when I throw in the clip in here, the clip just, the magazine, just falls right out as soon as you let go. It doesn't even actually clip in. So, I would not recommend this to save my life in a game. I would go ahead and replace the whole mechanism, because you really can't do anything else to it. I mean, it's cracked all the way around, and jeez, it's disgusting. But as far as that, trying to get this thing out of here, if you guys have a low quality gun and just wanted to play around with it, and actually ended up wanting to start modding it, be a small project for the weekend, because pretty much it's going to take the weekend to play around with it, unless they're really, really fast. This whole assembly in most guns will have this with the trigger, the piston itself, and the rest of the gearbox sitting in here are all going to be combined with the motor itself. You'd basically have to remove this completely forward or completely out from the top. Somehow you'd have to find a way to leverage this part off. It only took me a few pins like this type of stuff, and maybe a screw that held the rest of it. You'd have to be careful because sometimes the selector switch is going to be plastic. It is very easy to break. You definitely would have to keep a hold of the Allen wrench that came along with it, because most likely they're going to have an Allen screw on the selector switch that you need to take off to get a little bit of handle of how to take this thing out. As far as taking it out, do not pull straight up or off to an angle. You gotta start wiggling around and then pull it out. Do it gently, and you'll be able to be rewarded with a nice whole piece. instead of something that is going to be falling apart on you. But beyond that, you guys should be good at finding out what's going to be needed to replace this. Just keep in mind that you're going to have to hold on to receipts for the designated return policy and all the other good stuff. Alright, thanks for watching.